Hey guys, I'm Danielle from the Created for This show, and today we're talking about power sheets. So these power sheets are from the Cultivate What Matters Laura Casey shop. If you have been following people like Laura Casey or Emily Lay or so many other people who use these power sheets every day, and you probably see pictures of them all over Instagram and Facebook, and probably hear people talk about making intentional goals with their power sheets. This is what it is. And I apologize, I've been sick. I have not recorded for a couple of weeks because I've been so sick. But I want to take some time and walk you through how I use power sheets for both my business and for personal life. And honestly, they've made a huge difference from, I started using when I was still in the Navy. So like 3 years ago. 2-3 years ago. So, I'm going to walk you through how I use them. Why I use them is because they really do actually help me make good goals. They help me make the intentional goals that everybody wants to make, and they're important because it helps you identify what you want to prioritize. And I think when you're in business, you really, really have to prioritize what makes a difference, what matters in your life. So that's why I use them, why I continue to invest in them, because really I think I'm investing in myself and in my family as I'm going about making these goals. So this is 2017 was, I believe, the first year that they did an actual book like this. So it's helpful to have everything in one place so you can just flip through. And I will show you. So when you first order them and get them, they kind of look overwhelming, I would say. And they can be if you aren't sure how to use them. So that's why I'm taking the time to show you how to use them, because I love them and I think that they're great. And I had somebody tell me that they had gotten them as a gift and they hadn't used them. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known, because I would have sat down with you. I would have gone through the process with you. I know Laura does a webinar, I want to say a couple times a year now, on how to actually use them. But you can watch this too and just see how I use it. So the first, sorry guys, I'm tired too. This pregnancy thing is kicking my butt and being sick doesn't help either. So the first, and this is kind of going to be probably a little backwards, maybe. Oh, no. Okay, so the first pages are all about getting to know you and what you want to be about, what you value, cherish. 2017 ideas. I put, and this is so interesting because I had no idea when I did this. I put new baby, being intentional with words, Lucas and I trip. Lucas is my husband. Scaling my business, passive income, peaceful. I don't know if 2017 has necessarily been peaceful for us, but there have been moments of peace in the chaos, and I think that's important. New book, which that happened in March. Obviously Created for This came out in March. So I was in the midst of writing it as I was creating my ideas for 2017. So from there, you go to getting to know me. What do you love right now? So at the time, the song that I love right now was No Longer Slaves. Still love the song. Still love it, by Buffalo Music. And I love the message that it brings. So from there, they walk you through this process of what, how you feel, what goals you have, what you're letting go of, meeting your fears, and I'm not going to read all this stuff for you guys, but the big picture, adding another baby to the family, where do you want to be when you're 80? What's your definition of success? And for me, when I wrote this, it's so interesting. Like, God has brought so much of this to fruition, and I hadn't taken the time to look at this recently. So, if I get choked up, that's why. So what's your definition of success? And when I wrote these, I said it's not about money. It's not about what you have or the amount of friends you have. It's leaving a legacy of love and changing lives for good. It's going the extra mile to encourage someone. Success is being Jesus to someone who needs to see him. So that's my idea of success. Still pretty similar. And when I wrote created for this, I had to look at how Christians identify success and what that looks like for a Christian to be successful. And I think you really need to define your own success, because we can sit here and say, oh, success is having this amount of money, these many friends, these many connections, even these many people that we've brought to Jesus. And it just depends on what it really means to you. And then matching that up with the Bible, of course. So then there's looking back at what worked the last year. So kind of what remains confusing, unanswered, unresolved. And these change from year to year. So it's not what I'm telling you is in here might not be the same as what they have this year, because I do change them every once in a while. So then what fires me up, my why. This is really cool that they added this last year. So good things to grow, and then cultivating what matters. And you get to fill in what you want to cultivate, what do you want to make happen, what really matters to you, and what you want to focus on. And then so it's like going into my most purposeful year, and then you create your goals. So you can create good goal ideas right here. And that's where you have a chance to start looking at what you want for your business, what you want for your personal life. How is it going to look when you're creating goals? Because as you go through them, what you set out to do, if you do intentional goals, is really going to be what happens. So you want to make good goals that make sense with where you're going. And then they break down the goals for you. So these are the goals that I've had. And there's 10 goals. I don't usually use all 10. So my goals this past year and continuing on to 2018, go deeper with Jesus by cultivating a prayerful, engaged relationship, invest in my marriage, raise godly and happy babies, live a healthy lifestyle and take care of myself, be financially wise, take legacy, my other business, to the next level, income-wise, and create more passive income. Write more books, prioritize relationship, and housewifery, maintain a well-run house that blesses others. So those were my goals. And as you can see, I have business, I have personal, finances kind of flows with each of them. So then you break them down. And I'm not going to go into each one because you can see, this is the empty one. You can see that there are action plans, people who will help you, and just kind of like figuring out and brainstorming what you want to do for yourself. So then they have the months, and you can get the full book where it's all 12 months, and that's got the date or the dates on it. Thankfully this year, because a couple of years ago I tried writing in all the dates and it was like a big mess. So that is that. And I kind of, when they have like a let go of the mental and heart clutter, with that's where I brain dump a lot of my business stuff. I end up sitting down going, okay, what does this look like for me this month? What does creating a new opt-in mean? What are all the different steps? So going through every single step that you have to make as you make it. And so you do like a brain stream. You can figure out what you really want to set up. They do have these so you can tear them away, and they're perforated. But that's not necessarily how I have done them. I just keep them in here because it's just easier. If I were traveling more or in somewhere that I didn't feel like I wanted to bring my whole book, I would probably just tear them out. So then they've got, you can, like I said, they were numbered this year. So you can do the daily, weekly, or monthly, and cross them off, which is really nice because then you can figure out what you're doing. And honestly, they have something in here. It says imperfect progress adds up. It does, you guys. It totally does. Some of these things that I've been working on since the beginning of the year, it still makes a difference. Like drink water. Well, January I didn't drink a lot of water, or I didn't cross it off. But this month, if you look to October, I've been doing pretty darn good on drinking water. So that is a huge accomplishment, especially as it gets colder. All I want to do is drink hot coffee and tea. So that the daily goals are the things that you want to cultivate and create habits. And I still have a long way to go on drinking water, but I know for my health, that's going to be best. And so, like for this month, I didn't put any business goals on here, because, and I'll do another video on this at a later date, but I am changing my business. So things are kind of just uncertain right now, and I want to have time to get other things done. Like October is kind of with the Boss Mom retreat this month, with everything else going on. I've just had a huge month of push with Legacy Creative Company, and I wanted to take time for me to refresh myself. And God's also been calling me into this month of rest, or season of rest. I don't know how long it's going to be. Obviously, when the baby comes in December, it's not going to be restful at all. It'll be snuggly and great and wonderful, but not a whole lot of rest. So I have things like check an item off of our fall to-do list. I have that on here twice because we need to get some stuff done, and it's important to have that, to be able to rest and recharge. And so even though I don't have business goals on here this month, I still know things that I need to do for my business. I still want to get things done for my business, and by intentionally going through these and saying, okay, this is what needs to get done, it makes progress, and you get things done, and then you can move on. Looking back at September, what did I do? There was one month that was like super, super heavy on business, and might have been August. Yeah, so the monthly I had the Delegate It challenge. You can see I got almost everything done, or at least partially done, which is a good thing. So honestly, when you look at buying something like Powersheets, creating something like intentional goals, and I'm using quotes because intentional goals mean so many things for so many different people. But when you really set the intention to get things done, and they're things that matter in life, and they're things you want to prioritize, having something like this tool, because it's really a tool, it's a book, and it's like a workbook, but it's really a tool because it helps you get so much done. It will help you get those things done in your business or in your personal life that you want to get done. And it'll help you prioritize and look at what's really important with it. So I highly encourage you to check out these things. They usually sell out, so if you get them like ASAP, that's the best. But yeah, if you need any other help figuring out goals, you can look at my website. You can look at, I'm going to try and like start doing monthly goal blogging and like processes and things like that. If you need some other ideas, let me know. You can also go over to dianakerr.com, and she does a blog. She's really good about blogging her goals. So that is the Powersheets, and I'm so glad that you stuck with me, and I hope that they work for you. I really, really think that they're awesome and great, and I would love to be able to help you figure out how to actually use them. And I think it's just a process of learning how you make them work for you, what's best. And like I said, this is the third year, so I have learned what works, what doesn't work. Having it out, like actually on my countertop, my husband hates it because he sees the pile of stuff that I've got on the countertop. And having them out there, I've taped it to my closet door, so every night I can go be like, did I do this stuff? So yeah, I hope they work for you. I've got a link to buy them in the notes, and that is an affiliate link. So I will disclose that. That's an affiliate link. I do get a portion of your purchase if you purchase from me, but I would recommend them even if I didn't get a cut of the purchase. So that is all. Pop a question in the notes if you have a question or in the comments, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.